Hey. Hey. Hello. How are you feeling today? Today's video is description of a cozy spring scene. So how this works is I have an image in front of me. It's a photograph of something, a scene outside that's distinctly very spring. And I'm going to describe it to you in excruciating detail. So you can close your eyes, close your eyes, and just practice using your imagination while I describe it to you. Just let the picture slowly form in your mind. And I have a little bit of a sort of story time with this particular one, but if you want to jump ahead to the description, I'll put the timestamp down below. But since I've been doing these, it's been kind of challenging to find images that are like worthy of a description, and there's so much like AI generated stuff that started to feel a little bit I don't know, lifeless. So I went looking for like a real photo, and I was like, just searching for these terms, it's not really helping me narrow it down. So I was like, what if I picked places that I've been and that I know really suits this particular season? So I went looking for photos of my hometown of Vancouver, because it's so wonderful in the spring. We get some really epic cherry blossoms in Vancouver, and so I was like, okay, why don't I find a good photo of that? And then I stumbled across this guy's Instagram page with, I think it's all or mostly all photos of Vancouver. And I was like, these are so great. They're just so, what's the word? They feel so like you're there. So I thought I would use one of his photos for this description, and I'll put the link to the exact picture maybe after a couple weeks, but I want you to practice using your imagination first. Use your imagination first. But I will link his Instagram account below for sure, so you can go look at how beautiful Vancouver is. And this photo that I'm referencing today was posted exactly 365 days ago. It was posted on March 23rd, 2025, and I'm recording this on the evening of March 22nd, 2026. Crazy. So I was like, this is the one that I'm gonna pick. Anyway, that's the long-winded explanation of how I'm gonna do this today. And hopefully for future seasons I can pick other places I've been that I think suit the season well. I know what I'm gonna do for summer already. Okay. Just get cozy. Get cozy. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Good, 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 good. And let's get started. Okay. You're outside. You're outside in downtown Vancouver. So you're at street level, walking along the right-hand side of a sidewalk with the street on your left. And in true Vancouver fashion, it's raining. It's raining. It's raining. So this cozy scratching can really put you in the mood for that. It's raining outside, okay? But don't worry, you're wearing warm clothes and waterproof shoes. And you're just walking along the sidewalk. I actually don't recognize exactly which street this is, but there is a SkyTrain station that I can see in the distance. But I don't know which entrance it is to which one. But we're definitely somewhere downtown. Okay. And the way that we know it's spring is because there are beautiful cherry blossom trees lining the left-hand side of the sidewalk, just next to where the road is. From our perspective right now, we can see two of them on the sidewalk. One is just a few feet in front of us, and then there's another one a few feet in front of that. And then there's a crosswalk kind of in the distance, so can't really see if there's more trees on the other side of it, but there's a suggestion of them for sure. There are two people strolling directly in front of us. We're just maybe 3 or 4 paces away from them. Can't quite make out very many details about them. Their backs are to us. But the person who's just a little bit closer to us and a little bit to the right is wearing a long black coat with black leggings and white and pinkish red runners. And they're holding a big, bold green umbrella. It's actually a really nice green. It's like a green. It's not forest green, it's not sage, it's not neon. It's just a lovely green. Kind of like in the direction of mint green. Very nice green. And to the right of her, just to the very far side of the sidewalk. The sidewalk's quite wide. Got the trees. Got kind of a middle lane of the sidewalk and then kind of a right-hand lane. So just off the right-hand lane of the sidewalk, a little closer to us than this first person, is a rectangular sandwich board, like a chalkboard, and the frame of it is bright red, and it looks like all of the writing has been smudged off of the chalkboard, and it's kind of tucked right up in front of one of the shops, because all along our right hand side are different shops and stores and things. So the first shop that we see closest to us says pizza by the slice on a very unfancy white sign hanging from a black awning above it. The word pizza and slice is also in red, similar color red to the frame of the sandwich board. And the font is kind of like, you know, the like vote for Pedro font. It's kind of like that, but a little bit like skinnier and taller rather than so wide and blocky and chunky. But similar kind of font, but still bold. And then the font that says by the is just in black, squished right between the words pizza and slice. In a normal sort of default cursive black font. And the sign is white, hanging from the ceiling of the awning. And the next shop, from the next awning in front of that, still on our right hand side, says the railway. And I honestly don't remember what this is. If it's like a club or if it's a restaurant, I don't remember. But I'm gonna look that up after, because that'll tell me exactly what street this is. But it's just a sort of curved, dome-shaped black awning with the railway in white text, kind of small in the middle of it. Thin letters, all capitals. The word the very, very small above it, and just railway underneath. And the shop windows, both for that and the pizza place, appear to be kind of frosted over. I don't know if it means that they're closed and there's no lights on inside, or whether this rainy weather is just fogging things up. And then just bring your gaze back to the middle of the frame now, where we're staring at the back of the other person who's also walking on the sidewalk. So we've got one with the big green umbrella, slightly closer to us, slightly to the right. And then another person acting like a true Vancouverite with no umbrella, just a hood up, walking in the middle of the sidewalk, just a little further ahead. They're wearing a black jacket, and that jacket doesn't appear to have a hood, but it's got like an orange and red collar, and they're wearing what appears to be a bright yellow sweater underneath that, and the yellow hood is up over their head. Their arms are tucked into their pockets on either side, and then there's another stripe of orange and red around their waist at the bottom of the jacket. And then it looks like they're wearing like dark gray skinny jeans and maybe some black Converse shoes. Just walking through the puddles on the sidewalk. Doesn't look like it's raining like crazy heavily, because in the distance at the crosswalk up ahead we do see a couple other people also without umbrellas, just wearing hoodies with the hoods up. Looks pretty normal for Vancouver. And just before the crosswalk, but after the railway, so we've got pizza by the slice, then the railway, And then we see a 7-Eleven that's right on the corner at the edge of this sidewalk before the crosswalk to the other side. And we just see some outlines of the concrete buildings across from there. The cherry blossom trees that are on the left of our side of the sidewalk have very, very big pink fluffy flowers on them, but they're starting to look a little sparse at the top. The lower part of the tree still looks very poofy with big bunches of cherry blossom flowers in a soft pastel but kind of bright pink. They look especially bright in this photo. So pretty. I think the one that's a little further away from us is a little more sparse, but can't really see the top of it. And also on our left, right on the edge of the sidewalk before the road, there is a simple black curved, like, what do you call those? Like the metal things that you park your bike at. But it's like a really simple one. It's just one bar that's like one big curve over. And there's no bike parked there, but just past the first tree on the other side, we can see that there is a bike parked there, so we can assume there's another one of these metal bars. And now we're going to move to sort of the more left framing of this image. That was kind of like center right so far. So we can see the road, which I feel like this is a one-way street going in the same direction that we're walking and where we're facing. Because I think just to the left of us is a bike lane, and then there's a big concrete, like, low median. It's just big because it's really, really long, but it's not particularly tall, just cement median, but it's also like planters, so there's like big, like fluffy, what do you call it? Like really long grass sprouting out of the whole length of that median between the bike lane, and then there's like the road on the other side of that before we can see the sidewalk on the other side. And there's a black van that's at the stoplight, and then kind of a truck with like a tank on the back in front of that. But other than that, the roads are not crowded at all. But yeah, that big long median with the bright green grass growing out of it actually looks so pretty. It makes it feel very alive. And then all the way on the left, where we see the other side of the sidewalk, we just see like a hint of it. And then big, tall, black poles in the corners where the street lights and crosswalk lights are being held up. Then directly across from there, so basically diagonally from us right now, we see the Regis Hotel, which I don't know why I can't remember this intersection right now. I can't see any of the street signs up close. We'll look it up after. But we see the Regis Hotel. And it's got a big vertical neon sign right on the corner of the building. So it's a big brown building that's taking up like the whole street corner diagonally from us. It's brown and has 6 stories before we see a suggestion of the roof kind of further down the road. But yeah, definitely 6 stories. And on the lowest floor, just on the corner of where it is, there's a really sort of plain dark green awning that's hanging over the sidewalk. The windows are very unremarkable. They're just a plain black frame, not full length. They're quite short, so probably like half floor height windows. And yeah, that big neon sign is going vertically right on the corner of the building. And Regis is in big red neon letters in a very simple serif font. And then the word hotel is on a smaller sort of plate underneath where it says Regis, and it's in white neon. It says hotel. And then we can just slightly see that across the street on the left-hand side, so that part of the Regis, it also says Regis Hotel in white neon, horizontally, just above the first floor. And then further down the street, on that block, you can tell that it's a SkyTrain station, like I mentioned before, because there's a big blue square with a white letter T for TransLink, which is what the transit company is called in Vancouver, TransLink. So again, I don't remember what station that is, but and in the distance the road is sloping down just a little bit. It's relatively flat all around, but a bit of a downslope in the distance. You see that train station. Not much detail of it, can't really make it out. Everything's kind of concrete and glassy in the distance. Very Vancouver. But you can just tell by the blue with the letter T. Can't see much of the sky because these big cherry blossoms are blocking our view up. Forgot to mention there's another big fluffy cherry blossom on the other side of the sidewalk before crossing the street to the Regis, but on this side on the left. And that one's like really fluffy. It doesn't look like it's losing much of its flowers. It looks really nice. There's a small red fire hydrant just at the base of it as well. And there's just little puddles sprinkled along the road in front of us because of the rain. You can see a bit of the neon light reflecting on the ground directly in front of us from the Regis sign that's diagonal across the street. And this photo feels so very Vancouver. It's such a beautiful city to walk around in, even in the rain. And yeah, because it's raining, the sky just looks like blank white, probably because of all the cloud coverage. But yeah, I just thought this photo was really, really nice because it's so clearly springtime, but so very Vancouver in the rain. Just picture yourself walking along. Faint hum of street noise because it looks like it's kind of quiet on the streets out today. Just your feet slapping gently in the puddles as you walk. Maybe you can turn into a coffee shop or something to warm up if it's a little chilly. I hope you had fun practicing using your imagination. I hope I described that okay. This is really difficult sometimes, but I hope you got a bit of an image in your mind. And I'll post the link to this photo a couple weeks from now. But I want you to practice first. Make sure to go check out the Instagram page, which is léger_photos. Léger_photos. Check out their page. See lots more pictures of Vancouver. And if you're just chilling and you're at work or something right now, let me know in the comments if you've ever visited Vancouver before and what did you think. Vancouver is kind of a tricky place to be a tourist, in my opinion, because all the good stuff is just like walking around to random areas that locals really like, and sometimes like not really doing anything in particular. Unless you're like really rich and you're a foodie, then I'm sure there's plenty of guides for you, but I am neither of those things, so I just like wandering around Vancouver. But it's kind of tricky as a tourist sometimes. But I'd love to know what you thought if you visited before. And see if you can guess what city/country I might choose for summer. Or are there cities that you've been to that you feel like really do well in the spring? Let me know. I'm very curious. But if you are watching this to fall asleep, then do not lift a finger. Just let your eyes stay closed and have some incredible sleep. Incredible, dreamy spring sleep. With the comforting sound of rain on your window as you imagine the rainy scene that I just described. Thank you for listening.